So,
I'm
how are you,
okay.
Lucia? How is everything?
As you know, we are in lockdown. We are at home right now since 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks and a half. We are, let's say, try to do is, continue to work with our clients to be more connected to our clients, because especially in this moment, the client, the people need to be more connected, and of course, look for, different perspective. Uh, what we realize and what we are doing right now, we are deeply go to digital presentation, and all the company now, they are moving their regular presentation to digital. This is something that happened even in the past, but now we have to accelerate everything. So you know yeah, there's no option
There's
right
no
now,
option. There's no option now.
but for sure this will change also, the future. So this is a big input to, to work in a different way. And of course, we are not traveling, and we are expected to not travel for a long time, because now the many countries close, their frontier, and I don't know when they are going to reopen. So that's mean not only for Europe, but even for other countries. So can you imagine to come to India, or to visit
Also,
you,
other
or
countries.
come
Yeah.
to Japan? So very difficult right now. So that's why we have to, use our intelligence and our different way, ability and creativity, especially for Italia. We really, think that from this big problem, Italy will be better, and we will come out in a positive way. I'm sure about that. So we try to work like
I'm very
that.
sure.
So now,
I'm very sure about that.
yeah, it's not easy to work from home, by the way, because you don't have all the things in the, all around of you. But there's different value now.
You have to manage. You have to manage, and this is we never know. I mean, if this is the new normal, is it the new
It's a new
normal?
normal.
We don't know
It's a
actually.
new normal. And what's the, we have to understand from this new normality what's going on for the future for our business, because of course we are in dining business, we are in fashion industry, and we have to use this problem to be better, to to create a new vision. And especially for fashion, we talk since many years about sustainability, but for sure now is the time to create a real sustainability, because we have no other option. And say the health problem is really connected with the environment. So to have better health, need to have better environment, not only for country that live well, for everybody, because we noted there is no frontier for virus. So it's there's no passport. The virus has no passport, and we are noted what is increasing right now in the United States, will be more than double in the future. So from this,
Yeah, it's more
I
than
don't know what's
100,000
happening
now.
in India, but I know I see some video about people. They are also, first week, the first days, everybody's, try to enjoy, but later start to get down.
People don't, many people still don't realize the gravity of the situation. How dangerous the situation is. That is still for some people to understand. Many people have still not understood that.
Especially for India, because it's a huge country, huge population.
Yeah, we are under lockdown for 3 weeks now. We just started. This is the fourth day, and now we are under lockdown for 3 weeks, and maybe we don't know what happens after
but
that.
I return it to some positive thing, to the way to react. And let's say, I really think, as I told before, that this is a good point to start from this bad thing to restart in a different way for fashion, because we need to to take care of the value, to take care of the real value, even for the garment. So we discuss about sustainability now. Really, I want to repeat it. It's time to react, and The new value for sure will be durability, long lasting, and traceability, transparency. Not only to say blah blah blah. This is something that's really practical, because I'm sure that after all this mess and this tragedy, the company that are doing well get back well, because if you act in a good way, not just giving right money, but in an ethical way, because what we are seeing is sometimes, since 1 month ago, a lot of blah blah blah, and now with the new ethics, especially for the new generation, the new generation are really taking care about that. So it will be another revolution, and I'm really trust this will be positive. So many people will be without a work, but most probably new work will come up in a different. So it's a revolution, and we have to use definitely as a positive point.
So what do you think will happen to our industry? Most of the stores are closed in Europe, in US, in many other countries. Then I believe that most of the orders placed in countries like Bangladesh, many in Pakistan, in China and other places, they are getting cancelled. So, I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, what do you think about the industry's future in next few months?
Huge cancellation really, creates a big problem for the workers. And of course, some retailers, some shops, or some brands, they need to cancel because they have at least no order, and all the the garments are in the shops. So that's mean that that there's no reason. But in the other hand, all these poor workers that was squeezed in the past, especially in poor country like Bangladesh, we have to really think deeply the new way to act for the future, because it's not possible now to put all these people in the poverty again. So what I think that's for the future, because now I also talk with other friends or other colleague, and some brands already start to focus more on basic product, well done product. I don't want to mention big brand name, but some big brands cancel their fashion part of the collection, because the shops will be very scared to buy things that will be there. So focus more in long-lasting product and no seasonal product. Another key point, unseasonal, because otherwise, we have spring, summer now in the shop. Spring, summer there's no season right now. It's completely gone. We need to be ready for winter, but of course, some companies are closed. We are not able to create the collection. So what we have to think is to create the collection with no season. And this is one point for my point of view. Of course, I'm not, say a strategical or big manager, but I see what I will push from my point of view. And another point is, create more long-lasting product, better quality. For now, I see, a big problem for the workers, and I hope that some big brands take in consideration that, a kind of relation they established in many years. If I buy garment from Bangladesh for 10 years, I cannot just cancel like that. I hope that some company will, take action. Maybe they can buy 10%, 20%, but give some money to the worker. Otherwise, there will no company. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's a long relationship. Millions of workers are dependent on these sales. And I understand the point of retailers also. They're not selling. They are in a mess right now. They're not even able to pay their rents. Some of the retailers are not able to pay the rents. The situation is very serious. But ultimately, if these workers lose their jobs.
Yeah, I saw
It's a
a
huge
comment
social
from
problem.
somebody that, asked about, the government help. Yeah, sure, but some countries are really poor. How I think to Bangladesh or Pakistan or Cambodia, they're a poor country. I don't know if they can invest. I don't know, really. I'm aiming for that.
I hope, yes, as we're getting some comments also, like from Tricia also, we got some comments. The governments need to support a bit, uh, whether it's the Western world or even the developing countries. A government support would be crucial. How the governments support this thing, and the damage has to be minimal. But I'm more worried about what happens after the things are back to normal. How is it? How are we going to change our way of working forever? Is it going to change forever, or is it just a
Yeah,
temporary thing, and we are
I have
going to
no
overcome that?
answer. I have to say the truth. But what we can do, all of us, is to, try to do our best in the small things, because we need to be more connected, help each other, because we are in one world. So if something happened to China with, a virus will come here. So at the end, that's why we have to act globally. I don't know in short terms, Sandeep, really, I have no answer. We try to support, company we are working. We try to, be positive, create, intelligent solution, alternative solution, be faster. We need to be very fast now to act and react. I'm thinking also to European Union, there's some problem. They are talking and talking, but, in this moment, they need to react immediately. It's some of the old rules need to be, old, because, we have to create a new mentality to act very, and also we have, all the tools, because as we see, we are talking, you are in India, I'm in Italy, we can interact very quick. We have the tools to, to act very quick. So we have to act quick and think about, workers and health first. Then all the other things will come. Because there's no people, there's no work, there's no business. If the people is poor, nobody will buy something. So this is the priority.
I was speaking to my friend Stefano yesterday, and he said that post crisis, there might be two options. One is that people might be kind of, there's a pent up shopping desire left, and people just jump for shopping immediately after the crisis is over, or the people totally change their views, and they feel that they focus more on more important aspects of life, and they feel that they need to reduce their shopping, need to buy less, or whatever. So I don't know what really is going to. Nobody knows actually, but we can make a good guess.
Shops, I have to say, for the product, for sure, we have to focus on different value right now, because healthy and wellness are the keywords for the future. So, and durability. So this will be even the point of view how the shop will buy in the future. I'm sure about that. Otherwise, we are going to create more fashion products. They are, using 2 times. There's no reason to do it again. But,
So fast fashion is going to take the biggest hit probably.
They have to transform themselves. They have to transform themselves. And as I told before, when you have partner in some countries, you have to take, them as a, employee, not as a partner to squeeze. Otherwise, there is no, future. So I'm sure that these are going to push company and retailer and fast fashion to act in a different. I'm sure, and because also the transparency and there will be a value, and also the young generation knows very well how to use these tools. If you do bad, everybody will know that immediately. So I'm sure that they will be forced to do it. I'm sure that.
One scenario I'm worried about is that, given all the cancellations of orders, many factories go out of work and many workers are fired. And let's say after 2 months things get normal and suddenly there's a big demand again coming back, and at that point of time, then you restart the whole thing again,
Yeah,
which
this
is
is
going to be
it can be a
tough,
very
I
bad
believe.
point if you restart without thinking what happened. So, we have to use this, big problem as, a good way to change. Otherwise, there's no future for the new generation, because we are also talking about environment. Health is really connected with environment.
Yeah.
So better environment means future or no future. And we are working since many years, and in this topic, as you know, and now we'll be much more rigid with people. I'm sure I will do. So we have to be honest, transparent, and act well. And I aim and I push and I ask to my friend and colleague to do the same. You have to be more, let's say, careful what we will do in the future. At the end, for sure, we will have some, positive point about all this, bad and tragedy story. There will be, positive point. I'm sure it will be a better human. If not us, not my generation,
I think
most
so.
probably the children now, they are studying online. They are, they will have an imprinting, because this story they will remember very well. This year, study on the book, stay, all day long in the apartment, and they for sure they will realize. So this is a good point for me. That's, the change. We will be better human. And also another point, I'm sure about that's, all this politics about public health will grow, because it's needed, as we can see. In Italy, we have a good public health service, but most probably we were going to focus better. And I'm sure that, the politicians will use this tool for their new program, because, this is one of the main points. Better health for all, not only the rich country, for all. And this is a good point. Yeah. And also the sustainability
direct the resources
now, and from now to the future will be a good point, one of the core point, not just a marketing tool, but a core point. So, and we have to prove. So this is another positive thing. And then of course we will have more attention to environment. So I'm sure then another, I'm thinking from my point of view about Italy, we have high quality, high creativity, and we will create more brand, more local brand, more, let's say, something that's created and designed here. I'm thinking not generally, but some will come back.
And more sustainable,
and this
more sustainable.
For food, this happened for sure, because now, for example, in Italy, it's difficult to to give our product outside of Italy. So more local. That's more local means more quality, more, let's say, trustability. So for all these points,
that's true.
I'm sure
reassuring.
We have to act all together to create a better future. This is a very bad point, but it will be a good point for the future. I'm sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And even from environment point of view, here in India, with almost a week's lockdown, we are seeing so many changes. So many new birds we are seeing, which we don't see in the cities anymore. Yesterday there were some extinct animals visible in some streets in Karnataka, near Bangalore. So the environment is getting clean. The earth is healing itself. I would say earth is healing itself with this tragedy, and we need to somehow take it is a sign, it is a, a signal from the Mother Earth that you humans need to change.
So the nature at the end is, taking the space, right, in this, 2-3 weeks. Can you imagine if we give to nature more space in 1 month, 1 year, 2 years? So it will be restored soon. So yeah.
Absolutely. We need to be, I think, if you look at another point of view, probably our generation is the most polluting generation ever on this earth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's true.
it's
It's true.
sad,
It's
but
true.
it's true. It's true
Here in
actually.
north of Italy, especially in the Milano area, there is a lot of pollution. So now we have more sky clear, and also in China we see from satellite. Yeah, so satellite you see some changes.
Yeah.
So nature will grow, nature will take space, and you need to live more in connection with nature, not only by human but also with nature.
So nature, and also our business has to
Exactly.
be totally
True.
aligned with the nature,
True.
probably over a period of time.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, Lucia.
Pleasure.
Thank you. It was really, I mean, first of all, we all of us have been really, worried, what's happening in Italy, how people are, there's such bad news we're getting, and it's really, so let's hope for
Yeah.
the best, and all of us will come out winners from this. And all the best to you,
Thank you
and
so much,
all the best to
Sandeep. Thank
all
you
of
so
Italy
much.
also.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Ciao from
Thank you.
Italy. Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao. Ciao.